Ahead of New Year's celebrations, a faction of Al-Qaeda is reportedly calling for plane hijackings and suicide attacks in New York City, including the subway system. U.S. intelligence agencies have been warning of possible lone wolf attacks surrounding celebratory gatherings. CBS's Tom Hansen takes a look at how the NYPD is stepping up security.
We know how to safeguard events of this size.
4, 3. An estimated 1 billion revelers will descend on New York City's Times Square on Sunday to ring in 2024.
Happy New Year!
Thousands of New York police officers will be watching the crowds from the ground and the air. A massive effort to keep one of the biggest New Year's Eve parties on the planet safe.
You break the law, you're going to have to deal with the New York City Police Department.
Large and sometimes heated protests have become a daily event in the city, disrupting other events like the Thanksgiving Day Parade and Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting.
How concerned are you that the same thing will happen again for New Year's Eve?
It's not going to be tolerated. It's not going to be accepted.
A recent law enforcement bulletin obtained by CBS News warns of a likely heightened threat of violence through the holidays, including at large gatherings like New Year's Eve celebrations.
We will have our officers out here in uniform and in plain clothes.
New York City Police Chief Jeffrey Madry says law enforcement is stepping up security from last year. The city has also increased the buffer zone around Times Square, putting more space between potential protesters and revelers.
And if people want to come out and protest and raise their voice, they'll be able to do it in a safe manner as well.
And law enforcement is especially concerned about those lone actors. Mayor Adams says the city is paying close attention to online chatter in hopes that everyone attending the ball drop can ring in the new year safely. Major.
Coming to us from Times Square, Tom Hansen, thank you.
Sandra, 483 protests, say city leaders, since Hamas fired rockets into Israel on October 7th. And as you know, many of those protests happened in...
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the spirit. It says security concerns over New Year's celebrations throughout various cities in Babylon. You had this clown here. You're going to have to deal with the New York City Police Department. You know, bunch of sellout jakes. May have been a simple ass Benjamite or something like that. But regardless, you got these heightened tensions around these holiday events. Like I believe everybody last night watched the ball drop or some shit, which we don't care for that. You know, we was with the brothers, but I believe like the ball dropped in Times Square or something like that, and people had like a celebration. But this New Year was rather dead for the most part because the mirth is ceasing. But they were speaking about potential terror threats and, you know, people attacking particular government facilities and, you know, major crowds and stuff like this, which is why we tell you, brothers, you know, stay from the big crowds, man. You know, like concerts and big venues like that. It's probably wise to stay away from that stuff because, you know, people are on edge. Things are volatile, and we know that Esau is planning something. Because my thing is this, how if the U.S. had that much intelligence on things like that transpiring, why don't they just go and get the motherfuckers that they do? If they know that that's going to happen, then that means that they got to know who's behind it. Common sense would tell them to just go get the people that's planning on disrupting shit. But that's not the case because they're the ones that's doing it. You know, how the hell you going to expect or know something is getting ready to happen, but you don't know the motherfucker that's perpetuating the acts? You know, just simple things like that you have to ask and question narratives here. Okay, but this is all setting up, all these heightened tensions are all set up to be able to promote draconian legislation right here in America. Because what they're doing right now is they're really chipping away at your Constitution, which that's been null and void since what they call the Patriot Act 2, NDAA Act, which is National Defense Authorization Act. Basically, that was done away with during the time of Nueve Once, you know? So, hey, they're getting ready to make moves, man. All right, so I'm going to get a couple of precepts and play the rest of this video. But yeah, for you brothers out there, just be circumspect. Watch where you go. Watch who you're around. Because, hey, we're going to start having like little random shits happening in these cities. They're talking about pocket nukes going off in cities, you know, destruction to government infrastructure because amid the heightened tensions in the Middle East, which they're blaming on that whole October 7th ordeal. All right, so anyway, let me play a little bit more of this. We'll get a couple of precepts. So here we go.
Thank you.
Sandra, 483 protests, say city leaders, since Hamas fired rockets into Israel on October 7th. And as you know, many of those protests happened in high visibility, high profile areas. You don't get much more highly visible.
And you got to question the people that's actually giving you the news. Okay, they supposed to have so much information. They're very informative on this shit, but yet these are the people you got to question. You know what I'm saying? It's sloppy at the end of the day. And this man, he's a horrible ruler. Okay, I mean, he's like literally like a hand. He's like a kid with his hand caught in a cookie jar, man. You know, it's just obvious at this point.
Than what happens here on New Year's Eve. And for that reason, the mayor says this year's security concerns reach a whole new level.
It's a real Herculean task.
That executive summary came today from Mayor Eric Adams regarding the monumental effort to maintain safety and security, law and order during the annual spectacle that is New Year's Eve in Times Square.
These people are fucking stupid, man. These people are so goddamn blind to the bullshit that goes on in everyday life, to the point this is all they care about. Murph, like, I think you gonna see it. You're gonna have one simple hoe on here talking about, well, I have faith, you know, that they're gonna do the things that they require. These people are, this is why the nations laugh at you people, okay? You people in Babylon, you're very laughable at this point, because ain't no way in hell you have a tyrannical and a wicked government that's literally pulling the wool over your eyes and blaming you for the very shit that they're doing. But yet you choose to turn, you choose to be blind by it, man. I don't know whether you choose or you just extremely that goddamn stupid. And I'm gravitating to the latter, that you people are stupid. Okay, look at this shit. Now, all the hell breaking loose. You got taxes going up, man. You got fucking rents going up. They're getting ready to cut all types of programs. You got them sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel. But yeah, I don't think you stupid niggas can do is go out there with a fucking New Year's top hat on and jump up and down in the cold like a bunch of damn monkeys. And then you wonder why your civil freedoms are being taken from you, because you just that damn dumb. You American people, you get exactly what you deserve, man. You're supposed to be the smartest people on the planet Earth, but yet you're the dumbest.
A former police officer, the mayor knows New York's finest will have a finely tuned law enforcement strategy for the high-profile and densely populated party at the crossroads of the world. But unlike other years, the war in the Mideast and the nearly 500 protests since October 7th all add another layer of concern.
You're seeing a small pocket of people who are now becoming part of the protest, who are really trying to rile up the crowd, and we cannot tolerate that. We can't accept it.
Just yesterday,
He's a simple ass. You know he's a simpleton. He's a fucking, you know he's a Esau. You know he worships Esau. Anyway, origin of New Year's. It goes back into the two-faced goddess Yanis, looking into the future and looking back into the past. Let's see here. The history of New Year's Eve in Mesopotamia. So let's see what it says. Get a little information. It says how New Year's celebration began, which is all idolatry, because technically it's not a new year. Okay, but it says the first known record of New Year's celebration began about 2000 BC, which is before before what they call, who they say Christ, which his name is Yahushua, in Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia is what you would know as the land of Iraq, around that region today. It says this occurred at a time of the vernal equinox. See, there you go. It says which towards the end of March. It says Babylonians would have a religion festival named Akitu, taken from the Sumerian term for barley. It says they perform various rituals which will last for 11 days. So originally they had it somewhere right. They said they did it at the end of March. Okay, because around the springtime, when life springs forth, that's when, you know, everything pretty much buds to life. That's the new year. Makes sense, because when things sprout forth, they're new. You know, like the Lord said, I declare new things. That means that they're new. So how can it be a new year when everything is pretty much dead off? Doesn't make any sense. But it says, besides celebrating the new year, Atiku was marked at the time of Marduk, which you can read about that in the book of Jeremiah, 50th chapter. It says the Babylonian sky god defeated Tiamat, the evil sea goddess, Meanwhile, the New Year's for Persians, Egyptians, and Phoenicians was started in the fall equinox. Greeks used to celebrate their New Year during the winter solstice, which we're currently in at, which was December 21st, which is, they claim that's the shortest day of the year. And that's the longest night of the year when everything is dying off, man. And this is what the Greeks did. Romans are now coming back today in the form what they call New Year. Okay, which the Romans, they worship a god called Janus, which is a two-faced god, Roman goddess. Okay, looking back into the past and looking into the future. And just a deity that these Edomites worship, man. So now you have all this terror on your supposed high holy days that's supposed to bring you merit and joy, but yet you're afraid of everything, man. You know? So anyway, it says in the early Roman calendar, there were 10 months or 304 days only. Then it was March 1st that marked the new year, which that's actually true. It says, so the 9th month, 12 months of September through December, which December will be the 10th month. Decimals is an abbreviature for 10. Okay, Nueve 9. Okay, once, what is it? Not once, uno, dos, cuatro, cinco, seis, cuatro, 8 in September, no, 7, wait a minute. So December it's 10, then November 9, Nueve. September, Sep is 7. Okay, so August, September, October would technically, octagon, it has 8 sides to it. So technically that will be the month of the 8th month, which would technically be the month of October. October is not the 10th month. Okay, but Esau, like I said, he's the devil. You know. But anyway, it says the origin of January 1st, marking the New Year, dates back to 46 BC when Julius Caesar developed the solar-based Julian calendar. It says, yeah, because that's the calendar they went off in the Roman Empire, had the Julian calendar. We go off the Gregorian calendar after Pope Gregory, I believe the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. But it says this was after the old lunar-based Roman calendar became ineffective. But another reason behind making January 1st, the start of the new year, was to honor Janus, the Roman god of beginnings who had 2 faces. This means that he can go back to the past and move forward to the future. Okay, but to celebrate the occasion, ancient people would offer sacrifices to the god of beginnings, add little branches to their homes as decoration, and exchange gifts, man. Okay, so all this is basically centered around idolatry, but yet here you got hell getting ready to break loose, man. Okay, so this is the book of Jeremiah 49, and I'm going to start at verses 31. It says, arise and get you up to the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, says Yahweh, which have neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. Okay, and that's talking about over here in America, man, spiritually, because you have no bars, you have no gates. Okay, you have no borders. You have the main border, you have the southern border, and you got the border to Canada. Okay, everything else is just state lines, okay, surrounded by maybe a bridge or something like that. But there's no particular check-in points to get from the state of Missouri to Illinois. Okay, you just drive straight through. You know, laws change slightly, but other than that, it's pretty much all the same because this is one big city. Okay, but it says here, and a camel should be booty, which is spoiled, and a multitude of their cattle are spoiled. And I will scatter into all winds them that are in the utmost corners, and I will bring calamity from all sides thereof, says the Lord. Because this place is going to be totally decimated with terror. Okay, and wait a minute, a nation that's supposed to bring peace to the planet Earth and that's supposed to have everybody's best interest, why are you so worried about being attacked, man? Okay, every time you turn on the news or something, there's always some drama with this man. This man is literally, he's literally a drama king, a drama demon. Okay, he can't have peace for shit without somebody wanting to attack him, without him going to attack somebody, without him blowing something up, without him disrupting somebody's civility or peace. It's like you can't live in peace with this man, bro. It's physically nearly impossible. Okay, like tonight you're going to hear some more shit about cyber attacks. Then you're going to hear about war tomorrow. You're going to hear about terror attack. Same shit, man. Then you'll hear about shootings, mass death. So you clearly see there's a problem with the ruler, man. All right. This is the book of Revelation 6:4. It says, and he went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And this is what Esau was doing. Okay, to the point the whole world is rising up against him. Everybody is pro-Palestine now because they realizing that you small hats ain't nothing but a bunch of twisted, demented, drama-filled demons, man. I like to play the victim. You like to throw your hand and you like to throw a rock and hide your hand. And then when somebody catch you and throw it back at you, you want to cry wolf. World is waking up against you, man. And sooner or later, your narrative as being the people of the Lord, that's getting ready to fully expire because this truth is coming full force at your ass. Now, how about them apples, man? So you getting ready to be naked, Isaiah 47. Now, the skirt is being lifted up. Everybody is seeing what you is, and hey, the nations know that you're not the J-O-O. They know that. Okay? Our identity is coming back to us, and rightfully so. But it says here, power was given to him that said thereunto to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and that was given to him a great sword. So this is what you hear about throughout all this crap, man. All right. Go to the book of Job 18. And we ended after that. I just found it interesting that this man can't harbor peace on his so-called New Year. You're supposed to be happy, you know, it's supposed to be in mirth, jolly, you know. But yet everybody's down, depressed. Nobody have any type of optimism about the future. People just holding on to hope that was never there. You see?
Police arrested half a dozen people at a protest near the Rockefeller Center tree. The mayor said he's sure protesters will try to do the same on New Year's Eve. In fact, posts on social media already point to a December 31st shut it down day of action.
I'm not a betting person, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that someone is going to try to do something to distract or disrupt the events in Times Square.
Unrest as far as raising awareness and fighting for what they believe in. Obviously, I support their cause personally. I don't believe that it's going to make much of a difference as far as the level of security that they're going to bring up here.
As for the camera-toting tourists and party-loving revelers in Times Square.
So all these people want to do is fucking turn up, man. I mean, turn up is fun. Don't get it twisted. But you got to, like, these people don't know nothing else. Like, their lives are literally being broken down in front of them, and this is all they concerned with. It's crazy. Like, you would think people would literally be overthrowing the fucking system by now. Just off taxes alone, but this is the shit they do. And wonder why everybody wonder why nobody respects them. You have no integrity, man. And you make it hard for men like us because we want to see we ready for the Lord to come and drop this fucking place like a bad habit and come get us. You know, we're totally against the evil that this man is doing to the planet Earth. We want our rule. We want our fucking world back. So you damn right we're hoping that the Lord brings judgment. Then they get mad at us and call us extremists because we made such. But motherfucker, your means of taking over the world was through extremism. You the one that's setting up the terrorist. That's you doing it, man.
We heard little about fear of trouble on the final night of 2023. At the same time, they'll be watching from the comfort of home.
We've been through this before, even after 9/11. And again, I think that the police department is watching it very carefully. And I do have confidence in them. So
people are fucking dumb, man. This is the typical lame peon brain American, man. Got hope in a system that totally just left you out of it. And you got Jake that adopted the same philosophy. Bunch of these people are a bunch of fucking idiots, man. You are the worst people for real. Like, I can't stand being even labeled American for real. Because the fact that you were labeled that, if you tell people they automatically look like you a dumbass, man. You don't know what the hell is going on. Like, when I talk to other coaches and stuff like that, my chiropractor, he's he was actually born like 3 hours from here, but his family is like from South Korea. When I talk to him about shit, he's amazed at what I know because he don't expect it. They come over here having an up and up. They know more about shit than you people do, and you supposed to have access to everything. So he was very appalled and amazed at the fact that I know. Even my so-called doctor, my physician, I go get a checkup with, that guy's from North Korea. You know what I'm saying? And he looks at me like, how the hell does this guy knows all this? Because by default, they look at Americans like a bunch of dumbasses, man. And which you are a bunch of dumbasses. So you can't even fault them from looking at you like that, man. Your own people have kept you in the dark.
Now, police have a strategy. Protesters, though, often have their own strategy, and sometimes that involves an initial distraction followed by a greater, more widespread action. The mayor today said police are totally aware of that and will not be caught off guard after Action 1 and ahead of Action 2.
More than 400,000 people are expected to flock to the Strip and Fremont Street for the New Year's Eve celebration. Thank you so much for joining us on Channel 13, live at 6 tonight. I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Joe Mueller. And with that huge crowd comes an increased law enforcement presence that is necessary to help manage the crowd and all the road closures. Now, Ryan Ketchum spoke with local first responders and joins us live from the Strip. And Ryan, how many officers will be out on the Strip come Sunday?
Metro did not tell us the exact number of officers that are going to be out on the Strip and in downtown Las Vegas, but they did say that bomb squad, hazmat crews, fire services, and even the National Guard will be out here to help them manage the massive crowds on New Year's Eve.
The reason we don't answer that is because we don't want to give anybody any idea of what the deployment actually looks like, but very few people will not be working on New Year's Eve.
And officers want to reassure the public that they aren't just focusing their attention on the Strip and downtown Las Vegas. They will have personnel available to respond to calls all around the valley.
We still have our normal fires, our normal EMS, the normal resources, and they will be available to do that.
First responders are asking for your help to make the city's New Year's Eve celebration safe.
We responded to roughly about 1,400 calls just between the period of 6 o'clock p.m. last year on New Year's Eve until about...
We ain't gonna be safe, man, because you got a bunch of drunk people out there. So regardless of the people you so-called worried about, you got to worry about the motherfuckers that live here. Them the problem. They're the problem. And this man's kingdom was nothing but drama and death. Like, look. North Korea leader Kim Jong-Slakia says he would thoroughly annihilate U.S. Come on, man. Threats. Look at that. South Korea. And I'm assuming that's probably Israel. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Look at this. Argentina's far-right president, Javier Milei, says this week his government would not renew contracts for more than 5,000 employees hired this year before the inauguration earlier this month. Mass firings below a presidential decree by Milei last week that seeks to massively deregulate Argentinian business, privatize state-run industry, slash workers' wages while massively cracking down on civil liberties, including the right to hold protests. Wow. Draconianism, like I said. It says thousands have defied the ban on protests since Millei's inauguration. Look, told you, nothing but fucking drama. Florida teen kills sister over Christmas presents. You got fucking Marcus and DeMarcus and Darkus. And Keisha. All right. Worldwide New Year's celebrations with increased security measures. Which this is supposed to be a time of mirth, right? Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, alleged emails reveal creepy conversations. But yet they're turning a black eye to Clinton and this guy, Gates. Because Jake believed that, Clinton was the first black president. Here, I don't see nothing black about this goddamn man. You know what I'm saying? But let Jake tell he's the first black president when he's locked up more niggas than any other president, man. Okay, but when you see these two guys, the guy on the left and the right, oh, yeah, that's impossible for that to happen. But this man in the middle, he's the biggest demon of all. And you know what's so crazy? All of them are in league with each other. Okay, these men on the left and right are no greater or worse than this man in the middle. But this guy in the middle was the fall guy. But before then, you couldn't tell Jake that Jeffrey Epstein was a demon. Oh, man, Jeffrey Epstein, you can't be saying that. That man got money. He blessed by God. But yet, your fucking daughter end up on his island some goddamn where. After you drop off here at a goddamn inner city public school. Jake's better get it right, man. Prepare now. Everybody's leaving these states. California boy allegedly used stolen gun found in dad's car to kill a 10-year-old. Come on, man. This man this is the height of his kingdom. Job 18, I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, yea, the light of the wicked should be put out, and the spark of his fire should not shine. And the light should be dark in his tabernacle, which his tabernacle is his rulership. Okay, it says, light should be dark in his tabernacle, and the candle should be put out with them, going into his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. As the elites are called the light bearers, okay, it goes into the higher law, which means light. Okay, that light, that illuminated ones, they're going to be put down and brought back into darkness where they belong. It says the steps of his strength should be straightened, and his own counsel should cast him down. I mean, he's being put in the. You got people like Alex Jones. Like I was going to do a lesson on what Redacted was going into about this guy. I was talking about Alex Jones predicted everything. Alex Jones didn't predict shit. Okay, he's juiced in. They have what they call controlled opposition to control both narratives. Create the lie and then create a truth group that speaks against the lie. So therefore, the truth can become offensive, which gives them the right to outlaw the truth, which will make us all look crazy, man. That's all that's about. And you dumb people fall for it. But yet it says here, yea, the light of the wicked should be put out, and the spark of his fire should not shine. It says the light should be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle should be put out with him. The steps of his strength should be straight, and his own counsel should cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon the snare. He's in a trick bag, man. Okay? The gent should take him by the heel, and the robber should prevail against him. And the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. But terrors should make him afraid on every side, and should drive him to his feet, man. Okay? And this is why this nigga's on demon time, man. Nigga's literally paranoid, you know? Because for the simple fact, hey, he knows that he's done wicked. He knows his time is up. So now he's putting everybody else on edge because he himself know that, hey, he's getting ready to be put down in captivity. But anyway, man, didn't mean for the lesson to be too long, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakadash. Lord's will you will edify it to the next lesson. Shalom.